Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in the disability community.
I am a licensed psychologist and I'm also a certified school psychologist. So I've been working in a school district for quite a long time, and part of my responsibilities are identifying children for special education services. And I've tested students for disabilities such as autism, ADHD, behavioral concerns. And so once they're evaluated and if they qualify for services, then I'm part of that special education team.
All right, cool. Um, Tell me a little bit about your role as a school psychologist or licensed psychologist. What sorts of things do you like specialize in?
Well, I'm actually more of a generalist, and any type of referral question could come my way in terms of a student having some kind of struggle. It could be an academic struggle, it could be a behavioral struggle, or it could be a combination of both. It could also be, we also have students that have multiple disabilities. They could have a medical issue that's impacting their learning. So I kind of don't know what's going to come my way. And I just evaluate for any kind of cognitive deficits, academic deficits, and from there I can recommend any additional educational supports or programming that will help them access their curriculum and be successful in the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, what are some of the things that you look for when determining what a student with a disability needs in order to succeed in the classroom?
Well, the types of things I would look for are first severity of whatever the issue is. If it's an academic concern or behavioral concern, I would look at how severe is the symptoms or the behaviors or what's happening to impede the student's learning. And then from there, I look at a level of care, so to speak. What level of support would the student need in order to be successful? And what amount of specially designed instruction would they need to be successful in the classroom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I also understand that you work with parents and teachers. What's that all about?
Well, sometimes, it's really difficult, once parents, kind of identify or feel as though that their child might have, some kind of difficulty. So sometimes they're really concerned and sometimes they're scared. So, I like to put them at ease and say, this is a good thing. The information that we're going to get from the evaluation is going to help us determine and guide us what kinds of supports your child might need. Also helping them to understand some disabilities, they don't have a lot of knowledge about, and they don't understand, what it kind of looks like. Like they'll describe it to me and they'll say, well, my child does this, this, and this, or they can't do this, this, and this. And then when I say, oh yeah, that's a part of a disability called, whatever it is, it sometimes puts them at ease because they're like, there's a name to it now. Now I know what it is. And now I can go get those interventions and supports that are going to help my child grow and be successful. And with teachers, sometimes it's very similar because they're dealing with the student in the classroom. And sometimes they have a large classroom, maybe 26 students. So they need to know, how can I support all my children, but particularly my children that may need some extra supports and services. So helping them to get those supports in place in the classroom, guiding them if the intervention doesn't work, problem solving, what can we do next? What other things can we try? So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, trying to be a resource for both teachers and parents.
How important is that? How important is it to have that collaboration between parents and teachers in order to like really work together in order to figure out what's best for a student in a classroom?
That collaboration is really important. And, we really see, or I really see, in addition to my team members, the parent as part of the team. They know their child, better than we do in some aspects, particularly, at home in the community, then as teachers and as the school team, we know their child and how they function in school. So we kind of have to have a crossroads, and those two areas have to meet, because we want to do something that's comprehensive for the child, and not just necessarily keep it narrow to school or home. Of course, we address it that way, but if we can really do a comprehensive plan, that's really the best plan, because children, are complex, as all individuals are, and there's different components to them, and sometimes they function differently in different settings. So we just want to make sure that we can, again, have a comprehensive plan that will support them across the board. So it's very important to collaborate, for sure.
Yeah. So how can really guidance and support from psychologists and other professionals help people navigate the course of their life? By people, I mean the course of like the students' lives, so that they can feel like they're, that they belong in the classroom.
Well, I think that, including a student as much as possible is very important. And I think a psychologist can help the team and help parents, again, problem solve. What's the best way to do that? What would that look like? And if, try it out. And if it doesn't work, what else can we do? Where do we need to modify it to make sure that the student is included, has the same opportunities in regard to like social interaction and anything from sports activities to social clubs and that type of thing. It's just a matter of looking at what modifications might need to be done in order for the student to access that. So I think it's very important.
Yeah, it really, really is.